See that? Look at that. Look at that, less than half. If you guys wouldn't have broken that off crooked, I wouldn't have to do this. He has a clip, lets me know where to stop. Hey, how you doing? It's still Monday, I'm back again. Let's see what I'm gonna work on. Hey, I'm working on a 2-liter Mazda head. They made this engine from 1983 to 1988. They put them in B2000 pickups in 626. This head's actually off of a forklift. You can kind of tell by the springs. When he brought it in, the guy told me that it doesn't have any spring pressure. These don't have spring pressure, it's forklift. They pulled 3 of the valves out, lost one of the keepers. It's in here to get rebuilt. The same head goes on an F2, 2.2 liter. They built that engine from 87 to 93. So let me get this thing apart and then we'll have a look at it. I'm going to be putting guides in it, so I like them cold. Okay, it's apart. Something else that separates this from the cars, the valves are 30 degrees instead of 45. Extra parts. I didn't take the seals off the exhaust because I'm going to knock them out. These intakes actually feel pretty tight, but that can be deceiving, so I'll wash it and check them a little better. Alright, here we go. I got everything out of the wash. Say, this thing has a fresh surface on it. The reason is I just did this head about 4 months ago. That's about how long the stuff I work on usually lasts. No, so they put it on and gave it to the customer and it had a misfire after it got warm. And so they pulled it off and they just want it rebuilt. All the valves are sealing. They did a compression test, but they want to rebuild it anyway. I think the valve lash was probably too tight is what's going on here. But hey, they want it built, I'm going to build it. So I've already pressure tested it the last go around, so I'm not going to pressure test it this time. I will be making a light cut on it though. Okay, whenever I rebuild these forklift heads, I always use brand new valves. So I got a set. And these are 45s, not 30s. There's a big advantage to switching those to 45. There's a lot of material there, and it'll be just like putting in a brand new seat. And hey, I guess I should have mentioned the first time I got my hands on this thing, all I did was a pressure test and surface. So I didn't rebuild it. So let me get this head cleaned up, and we'll get the guides in them. Hey, maybe you're wondering why I clean these valves? It's because I have a bin of them, and if somebody brings in a forklift head and wants me to just patch it and has a bad valve, I'll use one of these. I kind of already have a bunch of them. So you know these valves are new? Don't trust them. This one's good, it's got half a thou run out. Look at this one. That's a thou. I could live with that, but I'm going to grind it anyway. This one's a thou and a half. Definitely needs ground. And all 4 of the intakes are running about a thou. So I'm going to grind them. Alright, before I grind them, I'm going to dress the wheel. This is a diamond. Tighten this down. Don't run your diamond dry, it'll get hot. And then make sure the chuck is off. Don't run the chuck while you're dressing. I'm feeding the wheel in slowly as I touch. There we go. Okay, now go real slow across that stone. And wheel out. And I just unbolt it here. And it swings out of the way. Okay, now I'm ready to grind. The intakes first. You guys can probably see better than me. A little closer for you there. See it? Hear that run out? See it? I did the first one. I hit it a little too hard. Picked up good on that one. Okay, here's the last one. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Wow, see that? Hear it? See it and hear it. Just grind these, just, you know, instead of checking them, but I'd rather not remove any more material than I have to off of them, right? Now for the exhaust, I'll see if I keep from running into it so hard. I can't see, you guys are in the way. You guys are always in the way, see that? Look at that. So we had 2 good valves out of the batch of 8. Now let's see what we got. Look at that, less than half. That's what we're looking for. Okay, I got it all cleaned up. I wanted to talk to you about these dowels. The rocker arm assembly on this can accordion out. I get a lot of these heads in, and these dowels are rolled over because of misalignment. So when you're putting the top on this, make sure everything is aligned. And I'll be polishing these cam saddles. Okay, let me check these intake guides now. So with the oil in the valve guide, it's hard to actually tell. Yeah, these are nice and tight. When there's oil in there, it takes up the clearance, and you can't tell if it's slightly worn or not. Yeah, these are all good. And let's see about the exhausts. You know, these are in really, they're not bad. A little bit bell mouth. This head would have just ran fine. I mean, I don't know why they're wanting me to rebuild it. Yeah, there's basically no wear in these guides. But I'm going to pop them out anyway. Okay, I'm going to put a little WD in here. I will keep it from galling when it comes out. Maybe. Here we go. That one didn't cooperate. All right, let's try this. I have to spot face them too. Made them my bitch. Okay, here we go. you guys wouldn't have broken that off crooked, I wouldn't have to do this. There you go. He has a clip, lets me know where to stop. And now you got to chamfer them. Very important, top and bottom. See if they fit. You don't usually have to ream these. Sometimes you do. Okay, those all fit good. Let me grind the seats. All right, now I got to pick a pilot. These are my most popular ones. I got a whole bunch more. It should be this one. It just wants to be snug. Now I got to pick a stone out. Let's see if this one will work. So I'm going for the 45 first, and to pick out the stone, I just pick one out that's a little bit bigger than the valve. That'll work perfect. And then it just screws onto this stone holder here. Okay, now I need to dress it. And I do that in my stone dresser. Turn the fan on. I gotta adjust this diamond up. Go. So now I'm going to redress this wheel. See, it gets a little bit impregnated here. So I don't want that. There we go. Got to keep these stones sharp. It caught a little bit of that aluminum around this outer edge. That doesn't hurt anything. The base is still good. This seat here is a little bit concerning. We'll have to see if it cleans. So Invisible One picked up his engine. And he apologized. He said it was a misunderstanding, so all is well. Alright, now I gotta check the installed height. That valve bounced pretty good, didn't it? And I'm gonna do that with this. Look at this. Ooh, fancy, huh? So we're looking for 831 to 850. So 842. And this valve train's adjustable, so that'll be just fine. Let me do the intake. Alright, I picked out a stone for the intakes. I zoomed a little too far in, didn't I? So these are really a pain in the ass because this is right at valve, right against the valve. So the stone has to be perfect. I hate doing these heads. Alright, fan on. It goes a little closer. Gotta face the stone. Impregnated. and I am not the father. Alright, I'm back. I had a customer. You didn't know I was gone, did you? Alright, there's all the 45s. That exhaust I was worried about cleaned up. And I'm going to put some bluing on them. I ordered parts from the warehouse today, and I forgot I was running low on that dry graphite. So I got to use bluing. So I'm waiting for that to dry. Guess who showed up? It's Bear! Hey Bear, how you doing, buddy? My hands are kind of clean. Kind of clean, huh? How you doing? Did you have a good day today? You did? What a good boy. Alright. Gonna go back to work. I'm picking out stones and I'll be right back. Okay, so I picked out a 60 and a 30. Kind of looks like a four-eyed monster, doesn't it? I'm gonna bump to 60 first. Turn the fan on. And the 30. That's the top angle. So there you go. Now let me do the intakes. Okay, 60. And a 30. There you go, 3-angle valve job. Say, this one down here has got a helicoil in it, and somebody put a really short one in there, and I don't use those. I'm going to take that out and put a time insert in it. So I'm probably going to have to end up touching this seat a little bit, because when I put that in, it'll distort it. Let me show you what that insert looks like. So I'll use helicoils and threads. You guys seen me do it before, and everyone says, oh, use a time insert. I don't have any problems with helicoils, never had failures. Spark plugs, that's a different matter. So I use a time insert. It's a one-piece fill. You put it in, and then you swedge it, and these don't come out. So you know, it's getting late today. I didn't get started on this head till 2 o'clock. I was busy all morning on other stuff. So that's where this video is going to end. So thanks for coming along, you guys. You'll have to come back tomorrow and see me finish it, huh? Meantime, you guys be nice to each other, all right? Bye.